Hello YouTubers, and welcome to another Doctor Who DVD review by me, the Obsessed Whovian 95. Today I'm going to be reviewing one of my favourite stories, and if you're a Doctor Who fan and you've not got this story, then I don't know why you haven't, because it is a great story. It is a must-have for any Doctor Who fan, and I highly recommend you get it. It's not the best story ever, but it's one of my favourites anyway. So I highly recommend you go out to the shops or go on Amazon or eBay and pick this up, as it is a must-have for any Doctor Who fan. Obviously, this story was first broadcast during the 1970s, during Tom Baker's second season as the Fourth Doctor, and his companion at the time was Sarah Jane Smith, played by the late great Elisabeth Sladen, rest in peace. And the villain in this story is Sutekh the Destroyer and Professor Scarman. And as you can see, the cover of the story, quite a simple cover. You've got the Doctor and Sarah on each side, Sarah with a rifle, which she uses in part 3 of the story. And we've got Sutekh's head, or helmet, as his actual head is Jekyll, spoiler alert. And we've got the Siren Service robots at the bottom, and all the colours in the triangle in the middle of the cover. It's of the vortex where Sutekh goes from, and where the Doctor transports from Earth to his room or tomb on Mars. And it just says at the bottom, Tom Baker years 1974 to 81. It is classified as a U, so it's suitable for all ages, although there is quite a few deaths in the story. A lot more deaths than today's Doctor Who, as it just seems like they're too scared to kill people off nowadays. If we have a look on the side, that is what the spine looks like. Very standard, all purple and pink, and as you can see, no To Entertain logo here, as this DVD was released before 2006. The To Entertain logo wasn't used on a classic Doctor Who DVD until Revelation of the Daleks in 2005, actually, not 2006, sorry. Now, if we have a look at the back, that's all the screen grabs at the top as well. Pretty standard for any Doctor Who DVD. If you've watched all my reviews, you'll know the full drill by now. This story was written by Stephen Harris, and it was directed by Paddy Russell and produced by Philip Hinchcliffe. And now the plot of the story. When the TARDIS is infiltrated by a mysterious force, the Doctor and Sarah Jane are drawn off course and arrive in England at the turn of the 20th century. Dark forces from aeons ago are beginning to stir, and the whole future of life on Earth is at stake. Sutekh, last of the Sirens, is breaking free from his ancient prison, and no power in the universe can stand in his way. There's commentary by Elisabeth Sladen, who plays Sarah Jane Smith, Michael Sheard, who plays Scarman, Philip Hinchcliffe, who was the producer, and Paddy Russell, who was the director of this story. And there's a few deleted scenes from this story as well. A documentary called A Siren Gothic, which takes a look back at the making of this story, with contributions from cast members and production personnel. Serial thrillers, a documentary looking back at the Philip Hinchcliffe era, and what made it one of the most successful and popular appearances in Doctor Who's history. Now and then, which is a common thing in Doctor Who DVDs. It's on most DVDs. It just looks back at the locations which was used for the story, and a documentary called Oh Mummy, a tongue-in-cheek look at Sutekh the Destroyer's varied career after Pyramids of Mars, photo gallery as well, production subtitles, and a digitally remastered picture and sound quality, which is always very good for Doctor Who fans. Now if we have a look inside, there's no picture on a disc because they weren't introduced till later on, and it just gives you background info about this story. And this story was actually voted by readers to be released on DVD, as it is such a popular story. And that's it really. That's my review of this story, Pyramids of Mars. Highly recommend you get it on DVD, as it is an excellent story, one of my favourites, and I'm sure some of you have seen the story will agree with me as well. It is a classic. So I hope you've enjoyed this review of Pyramids of Mars. Stay tuned next time, as my next DVD review shall be of the 1964 story, The Dalek Invasion of Earth, starring William Hartnell as the First Doctor. So join me for that.